appreciate our bliss, and that's what we're touching on tonight, and in that energy, I think that it allows us to continue to move forward in living in our greatness, and we sometimes see ourselves as a people always coming together. We need to come together. We need to, unite. We need to, and when I say we, I say people of humanity, people of hue. We need to come together, and I don't think that's realistic all the time. I think that as a spontaneous momentarian, I might not really want to unite with everyone, no matter, their hue, really, seriously, because my creation might not be aligned with their creation. And the universe is so abundant in that freedom, you can exist on this planet simultaneously and be in your own creation and align with others that have your same, that has that same, passion or one say align with the same visions. And I think that's all you can do is align yourself with those who are moving in the same vibration or similar, creation patterns or cycle of thoughts. But it takes, that awareness. It takes that awareness. And one might ask, how do I, what do you do to become more aware? And I think people try all kind of things. But and when I say try, it's, you have people that do sit still meditation, yoga, might work out. But I think whatever you do is what needs to be done. Whatever you choose to do, that in that choosing to do that, you be aware of the thoughts that are streaming through, and you be open enough to witness to those thoughts, let them stream forward, and you take from what you need from those thoughts and create out of them. Because that's a vessel. That's a vessel now that's channeling it and is moving in the rhythm. Moving in rhythm. And I think that's why we as a people dance. We as a people, sing. We everything that we do, everything about us is rhythm. And rhythm is harmony. Harmony and with the all. Harmony in the all. You see the plant life. You see that animal life. You see the elements all coinciding together in such a harmony. And yes, moment to moment it shifts and it changes, just as we shift and change, and we continue to evolve and become more. Only with our openness and awareness, then our openness and then our awareness to the change, and we can move forward. Without that awareness, then it's no such thing as you're creating. You really are not. You just don't know. You're just really going into somebody else's flow and then somebody else's thoughts. But when one still self and awaken self to be aware in those moments, and to be a true seer. And then as a true seer, you now choose to see. Now you move into the action aspect. Move in action. Then you become a doer. Because now you say, all right, I'm accountable. I see, I'm a witness. I'm awake. I see now I can create. And I can continue to create, in the vibration of the know. be aware, It's like someone going to bake a cake, and, it's one person that needs a recipe, and I use a recipe as being thoughts, you know what I mean? But has to continuously look and read those thoughts, read that recipe. But then it's a person that has already read the recipe and it just moves in the know. That person right there is fully aware of what they're creating, you know what I mean? And they're not clinging to the recipe itself, but is already in the know where they have the foundation and they're awake enough to move forward in the moment to create the cake, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it be flawless, and I use that analogy for being like some of the mothers and speaking on my grandmother, you know what I mean? She wouldn't even look at no recipes. She'd just move in the energy of, oh, I know what I'm doing, baby. And she would mix it up. And at the end of that creation, it would be some of the best food that you will ever taste. It would be delightful, And that's where I'm also going with this, in delight. Bliss is delightful. It's joyful. The more and more you're aware in the moment, the more bliss you experience, the more joy you have. It leaves no room for the lower vibration. It leaves no room for, doubt, worry, aggravation, frustration, because you're too focused on creating. You're too focused on, you're so awake that you're appreciating all the detailed things, just like as the sunrise. You're aware of that. You're not thinking on that. You're aware of it rising, and it's like your heart is pounding that. You appreciate it just shining on you. You know what I mean? And we have to move in that type of awareness in this moment. You know what I mean? As a momentarian, what I'm saying is live spontaneously. Like even this show, I didn't come with no script. I'm not coming, I'm coming off a free thought that which I will want to express, but I'm moving in the energy of however it flows, it flows. And as I speak and I talk, I'm creating. And I'm aware right now that in this creation, I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. For those who listen and tune in, this is King Justice, a true momentarian on Blog Talk Radio. And we're simply just building tonight on being aware in the moment. You know what I mean? Moving mind and not using mind, not thinking, but letting spirit, if I must say, just so someone can, really get a visual or hear something that they can relate to. Letting spirit move in a natural rhythm, because the universe has a natural rhythm. The universe has a natural rhythm. How it moves, just like we natives beat the drums. That rhythm, that sound, that beat, and you can apply that to most things that you do in life. Name something. The important thing is to be aware, to be very aware in that moment. Right now, we're going to go check out a track. And I want you guys to just really, be aware. Just really be aware and be self-awakened enough to know what you're creating, to and also own up to your creation, Don't seek validation. Don't seek fame. Just create for self.